Hello viewers, I'm Khalil Ahmed. Sustainability is the buzzword these days. Whether we talk about COP26, COP27 and many more COPs which are going to take place in the world, one thing which is being discussed is the sustainability. Deforestation has been a conundrum for the entire world over at least a decade or so, and we know that pollution has been discussed. That is something which not only the advanced economies but the developing economies are also talking about, and of course there's plenty of devastation and suffering. Now, what must be done to ensure that there is sustainability in terms of the environment? Since we at the moment around 8 billion people in the world need to have clean air, so what must be done in this regard? Deforestation should be reduced, and sustainability in terms of, say, alternate energy or kind of energy conservation is something which almost every individual is going to talk about. And today the topic of our discussion with the expert Mr. Faisal Murad is about sustainability. So we are going to talk to him about sustainability. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, since we are talking about sustainability in the entire world, so what is being done in terms of sustainability in Pakistan when we talk about the corporate sector in particular?
Well, previously the banking sector, and basically we are dealing with the banking sector and telecom sector. They have been using a generator for the backup time. Means obviously the situation in Pakistan for electricity, and they have to keep running the operation, so they are bound to use the generator. They don't have a choice. So we have introduced this long backup UPS solutions, and initially we introduced this thing, but then even after that, because of those solutions, they were not giving that much enough time, backup time, then they have to go back to the generator again.
So what was the duration of that particular backup?
Well, the duration is usually around 2 to 3 hours, but once the one cycle of the backup is used, then it takes about 8 to 9 hours to recharge again the batteries, and then they give the next backup. And during that time, when the electricity go off again, they have to use the generator. And we have introduced this new solutions, so-called supercapacitor technology. So it has this capacity that it can be recharged within an hour. So once the light go off, and then we use the backup completely, and then when light came back, then it needs just 1 hour to recharge. And after, when the light go again, then they have another backup available.
Okay, so it means that previously whenever the electricity broke down, they used that particular backup plan, right? That particular machine, right? And it worked, and it was actually barely for a couple of hours. And
That's
in
right.
order to recharge it, they needed at least
8 to 10
8
hours.
to 10 hours.
Yeah.
Now, just 1 hour is required. So electricity breaks down, and if, for instance, electricity doesn't restore, even if for 3 to 4 hours, they don't encounter any conundrums, any issues.
Then when the electricity come back, then it takes just 1 hour to recharge. So when obviously if the electricity go down more than 2 to 3 hours, then they have to use generator, but for a short duration. And when the light come back, and even if they use the generator for 1 hour, then they have another backup ready, because the batteries are charged, they can use it.
So how much cost are they incurring? It must be quite costly.
No, it's people think it's quite costly, but I say to my clients that it's buy one but get one free. So they surprise. What does it mean buy one get one free?
Right.
Means initial cost is about 50 to 60% higher, but the previous traditional solution, it lasts just for 2 years maximum. After 2 years, they have to replace the solution again. So because the batteries are dead, they have to buy new batteries. The solution, the supercapacitor, this has a significant 25,000 cycles. Its useful life is about 20 plus years, and so if they buy one battery now, they don't have to go buy the supercapacitor again for next, let's say, 15 to 20 years, because it's giving the enough time, backup time.
So did they recover the cost, say in a year or two or three?
Within 3 or 4 years, they recover the cost, because the next set of battery they buy after 2 years, it's totally free, because the investment they made at the moment in the first place, let's say they made investment today, they then have to buy another battery in 2024. But then again 26, then again 28, the costs keep incurring, and the inflation and everything, the price goes up. But after 3 years, this is totally free with the batteries. Obviously, the
so how many clients do you have? Like how many banks or how many other institutions? How many?
Well, right now we have about 6 banks we are working with this.
Could you name them?
Mizan Bank is one of the first one. They give this opportunity. Mizan Bank they have this capacity that they go for the new solutions. They go for new technology. They don't fear. Means like other banks, they're like bit reluctant. Okay, will it work or not? Means when we give them the security, that safety, that this battery is safe, not hazardous, it won't blow up and everything, then they give this opportunity to us, and we install the first battery when the first COVID virus introduced in Pakistan. Just a week before, we installed the first battery there, and it's keep giving them enough backup right now. Means it's not deteriorated, and after the successful demo, then they give 100 branches and then another 250 branches. And after the successful demo and successful POC in Mizan Bank, then Bank Islami, they give us opportunity, Al Baraka Bank, Silk Bank, Bank Al Falah. So they already installed, Dubai Islamic Bank. So they are working on this new technology, and they are totally shifting to this new technology, rather than some banks are working on the critical sides. They are going for this solution in the city where the electricity is not go down so frequently. So they are still trying to save some capital costs. So, but now they realize they are shifting mostly on this solution.
I understand. So is it only the banking sector in the financial
right
sector?
now we are more focused in telecom and financial sector. Telecom will take some time. We have different solution for them, and but banking sector is welcoming this technology, because the main purpose, like initially you said, we are working on sustainability. So banking, they have this task. They want to bring sustainability in their organization, and they want to contribute to save carbon emission, because when they use the generator, obviously they pollute the environment and everything. So when we did this,
like in terms of the environment, how effective is it? Trees are being cut almost in every part of the world.
Like University Road, they're having this new what's this red line of bus infrastructure they're installing. I think about thousands of trees will cut off because of this new bus lane.
That's right.
So means when they use generator, means we have this calculation, and just if in one bank, Mizan Bank, they are contributing in saving environment by 23,000 tons a year. They will save. I mean, they will not create pollution in environment which they were using, which they were doing it before.
And it is our obligation to ensure that we should reduce the carbon print
that's right.
in the world.
So means for 23,000 tons carbon emission, you require about 1,400 trees, to healthy trees, big trees, to clear the environment. Means they take the emission, they absorb it, and then release the oxygen. So when if we calculate the whole banking industry in Pakistan, it's huge. Means the polluting in the environment, they don't realize it. Means when we bring this awareness to the banking sector, that what they are doing, then they are like big banks like HBL, Citibank, and UBL. They all are Standard Chartered Bank. In fact, Standard Chartered Bank, when we introduced this long backup solution in back days, they won the global award
For sustainability.
sustainability. And in Pakistan, Pakistani the Pakistan team, they won this global award, and they beat India. And that's they were more happy about it, because that time Pakistan lost World Cup match with them. So they were like bit down, but next month they heard that they have beaten India. That's a good thing. So means like now they don't have to use the generator, because just for 1 kilowatt backup required, means like they have to run the ATM and this network and security system. They have to run just 45 kilowatt generator.
So when could we anticipate that? When is it going to happen that almost every large organization, at least in Pakistan, is going to use this technology?
We could have done much better if the COVID was not there, and this current economy situation, means like this import situation and everything. Because this technology now we have, initially we used to import it from other countries. Now we are assembling in Pakistan, because it's not just carbon footprint we have
So
to
how much
reduce.
investment has been made in that?
Well, it's a huge investment, and we're expecting about $35 million in next 5 years. We will. That's our target, that we'll have to invest to bring this 100% this technology introduced to the 100% banking sectors. And they have realized, because the backup time, the technology, initially were a bit reluctant, but after seeing like 5-6 banks successfully running, before we used to go to the banks, now they coming to us. That once they get to know, obviously they from their colleagues, other banks. And recently, one of the bank, Summit Bank, they have called me that they have heard about this technology. They want to introduce this in their bank also, because it's now every bank is also working because of this global warming.
It is cost effective also.
It's
and
cost effective, obviously, and they can save millions in if they work out like next 5 years plan. And forget about the afterward. That's another saving. Just work on 5 years savings. Means they have significant, like average branch, they're saving about 5 to 6 millions.
I understand.
Yeah.
As far as alternate energy is concerned, like in Pakistan, we know that not only in the large cities, even in the rural areas, we've seen boom for solar energy.
That's right.
So how do you see that catching up in the, say, in next 2 to 3 years?
Well, it's also we are also very much working on this renewable energy, and basically corporate sectors, in especially in remote areas. In cities, they have some challenges, because their branches are usually in those locations where they don't have their own roof. Because for renewable energy, they need to have their own roof. So in remote areas, means like most of the banks, they are very much taking this very much seriously, and they go up, like Mizan Bank, they're going for around 300 branches they have target to convert into the solar energy. So and we have recently installed like about 25 branches we have done the last 2 months, and the more numbers are there. And same HBL, same Summit Bank, Bank Islami, all
So it means
banks
that this thing is catching up.
It's
Now,
very much catching up.
If like by concluding, if we just look at the figures or look at the like technology's influence in the corporate sector, what do you think that how many years do you need to ensure that almost all large organizations at least would approach you for this technology?
But I think it will take about next 2 to 3 more years to catch up this technology, and this technology go with the renewable solar system very well. Means like if you charge these battery modules through solar system, which we are doing in Mizan Bank and Bank Islami, they do not require electricity to charge these modules. During the daytime, they charge these modules through the solar system, and then night is totally
That's
free.
marvelous. That's
And
marvelous.
even daytime, it's like I said, they're going for zero electricity bill. the branches are going to be totally zero, means like they won't have any electricity bill. They are totally 100% in solar system. So in obviously in winter and cloudy season, they have need to use this utility power also, but mostly they are going totally in solar system.
Mr. Faisal Murad, it was really wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Well, viewers, that's it for now. Thank you for watching.